Chapter 3: Integrating Education and Creativity. Imagine a world where the lines between play and learning blur, where a simple coloring book becomes a gateway to discovering continents, cultures, and the mysteries of the natural world. In this chapter, we delve into how the act of coloring can be more than just an artistic endeavor. It becomes a vibrant, engaging method to explore and understand complex educational concepts. Here we transform everyday coloring activities into rich educational experiences that captivate the minds of children and adults alike, making learning a colorful activity that spans across the pages of this book. 3.1 Geography through Colors. Exploring the World Map. Learning Geography through Art. The idea of using art to teach geography might seem unconventional at first, but imagine the excitement in a child's eyes as they begin to understand the vast world around them through the stroke of their crayons. A world map becomes a canvas, where each country is not just a shape but a space to fill with color, imagination, and understanding. This approach not only makes geography accessible and enjoyable, but also embeds knowledge in a way that textbooks alone may not achieve. As children color different countries and regions, they become curious about the people who live there, the languages they speak, and the landscapes they inhabit, turning what could be a mundane memorization task into a dynamic and interactive learning experience. Color by continents and oceans. To further enhance this geographical exploration, consider the activity of color-coding continents and oceans. Each continent might be represented by a different color, making it distinctly recognizable, while oceans can be colored in various shades of blue, each shade representing a different body of water. This method not only reinforces the identification of these massive landmasses and water bodies, but also helps in understanding their relative sizes and locations. For instance, coloring Antarctica in a cool blue might spark a conversation about its icy terrain and unique ecosystem, while the warm yellows of Africa could lead to discussions about the Sahara Desert and the savannas. Through these activities, children develop a foundational understanding of the world's geography, enhanced by the personal touch of their coloring choices. Flags and landmarks. Expanding on the idea of a world map, including pages that focus on flags and famous landmarks, invites a deeper connection to different cultures. Each flag's colors and symbols are a story in themselves, representing the history, values, and aspirations of a country. Similarly, landmarks like the Eiffel Tower, the Great Wall of China, and the Grand Canyon are not just tourist destinations, but symbols of cultural and natural significance. As you guide a child in coloring these symbols, it's an opportunity to share stories and facts about what makes each place unique, enriching their worldview and sparking a desire to learn more about these distant lands. Interactive Globe Project. For a hands-on family project, creating a large collaborative globe can be both an educational tool and a memorable art piece. This globe project involves each family member coloring in different parts of the world, possibly focusing on regions or countries where ancestors came from, favorite vacation spots, or places they dream of visiting. As the globe takes color and shape, it becomes a representation of your family's heritage, travels, and aspirations. This activity not only strengthens geographic knowledge, but also enhances family bonding over shared stories and curiosities about the world. Moreover, it's a project that can continually evolve, with new places being added as family members learn about or visit new areas, making it a lasting and ever-changing artifact of family learning and adventure. Through these coloring activities, geography transcends the pages of textbooks and becomes a vivid, interactive experience that educates, engages, and excites. As you and your family explore the world map in colors, each country and ocean is not just a part of the earth, but a part of your shared journey of discovery. The world becomes smaller, more connected, and infinitely more colorful. Whether it's through the simple act of coloring continents, the detailed work on flags, or the collaborative effort of creating a globe, the adventure of learning geography through art is one that promises to enrich your understanding of the world and the diverse tapestry of cultures that populate it. With each color laid down on the paper, bridges are built across continents and oceans, connecting you and your loved ones to the far corners of the planet, one coloring page at a time. 3.2 Celebrating Cultures, Traditional Patterns, and Symbols. In the vibrant tapestry of human culture, every thread, every pattern, symbol, and tradition tells a story. Imagine opening a coloring book and finding it filled with intricate designs from around the world. The bold geometry of African textiles, the delicate filigree of Indian mehndi, and the swirling motifs of Celtic knots. These designs are not just beautiful, they are gateways to understanding diverse cultures and histories. By incorporating such a wide range of cultural patterns and symbols into coloring pages, we offer an artistic celebration of global diversity that invites everyone, regardless of age or background, to explore and appreciate the rich tapestry of human culture. This inclusivity is vital, as it not only enriches our knowledge, but also fosters a greater respect and appreciation for the diverse world we share. Each colored page becomes a dialogue, a way to connect across cultural boundaries through the universal language of art. The stories behind traditional symbols are as rich and varied as the cultures they come from. Take, for instance, the intricate knots of Celtic design, which have no beginning or end, symbolizing the timeless nature of human spirit and the eternal cycle of life and death. Or consider the mandalas used in Hindu and Buddhist traditions, representing the universe and serving as tools for meditation. When these symbols are included in coloring pages, they come with an opportunity to share their stories and meanings, turning a coloring session into an educational experience. This deeper understanding adds layers to the coloring activity, making it more meaningful and reflective. As children and adults alike color these symbols, they engage not just with colors and shapes, but with the philosophies, beliefs, and histories of people from different parts of the world. This engagement can inspire a deeper respect for these cultures, promoting a more inclusive worldview. Festivals and traditions from around the globe provide a colorful window into the way different cultures celebrate life. Coloring pages can bring these celebrations to life, whether it's through the vibrant explosions of color associated with India's Holi festival, the intricate sugar skull designs of Mexico's Day of the Dead, or the lively dragon parades of Chinese New Year. Each festival is a reflection of what each culture values and commemorates, and through coloring, these values and stories can be shared across generations and geographies. For a family, working on a festival-themed coloring page can be a way to prepare for or reflect on the significance of these celebrations, making them more engaging and educational. It's an opportunity to discuss the history and significance of these events, and perhaps even incorporate some of these traditions into family life, enriching it with new experiences and learnings. Creating a personal cultural coloring book can be a wonderful project that compiles all these experiences into a lasting keepsake. Imagine a book filled with not just colored pages, but with notes, stories, and reflections about the patterns, symbols, and festivals you've explored through your coloring. This book could serve as a personal artifact of your journey through the world's cultures, a diary of sorts that not only showcases artistic endeavors, but also documents learning and insights gained along the way. For children, this can be an invaluable learning tool that grows with them, a collection that they can look back on and add to as they continue to explore and learn about the world. For adults, it's a reflection of a journey into the diverse expressions of human creativity and the universal connections that bind us all in the colorful mosaic of culture. As you turn each page of your cultural coloring book, remember that each line you color is part of a larger story, a piece of a narrative that spans the globe and encompasses humanity's rich and diverse heritage. These activities are more than just pastimes. They are invitations to journey through history, celebrate diversity, and create new connections in a world rich with color and culture. 3.3 The Science of Nature, Flora and Fauna Details. In the lush greenery of a garden, every leaf and petal holds a universe of wonder and complexity. Now imagine translating this intricate beauty of plants and flowers into a coloring book that not only captivates with its aesthetics, but also educates about the botanical world. This is where the art of coloring melds seamlessly with botanical education, transforming each page into a vibrant classroom. As you or your child colors in the detailed structures of a plant, you're introduced to terms like petals, stems, leaves, and roots. Each component is a lesson in botany, taught through the tip of a colored pencil. This hands-on approach not only solidifies understanding of plant anatomy, but also enhances memory retention through visual and practical engagement. For instance, as you shade the intricate lines of a leaf, discussing its role in photosynthesis can deepen understanding of how plants feed themselves and produce oxygen, linking visible structures to their life-sustaining functions. This method of learning turns the act of coloring into an interactive science lesson that is as educational as it is enjoyable. The diversity of animal life is another thrilling chapter in the Book of Nature, with each creature a story of evolution's ingenuity. Coloring pages that focus on this diversity can spark a deep curiosity and respect for the animal kingdom. Detailed images of animals, from the majestic elephant to the minute ladybug, not only provide a fun coloring experience, but also open discussions on topics like habitats, diets, and ecological roles. Imagine coloring a lion and discussing its role as a predator in the African savannas, or shading a whale and exploring its migrations across the global oceans. This visual and participatory approach encourages a deeper connection with the natural world, fostering a sense of responsibility and curiosity about wildlife and their conservation. It's a way to teach children and adults alike about the delicate balance of ecosystems and the importance of each species within them, making the lessons of environmental science vivid and personal. Exploring ecosystems through coloring offers a comprehensive view of how plants and animals coexist and depend on each other and their environment. Ecosystem-themed coloring pages can be complex canvases depicting forests, coral reefs, or desert landscapes, each biome a mosaic of interdependent life forms. As you fill in the colors, discussing how these organisms interact with each other and their surroundings can illuminate the concept of ecosystems. For instance, while coloring a forest scene, pointing out how trees provide shelter and food for numerous organisms and how they are essential in modifying climate conditions can highlight their foundational role in maintaining ecological balance. This holistic view, achieved through the collective coloring of an ecosystem, provides a vivid understanding of biodiversity and the importance of each organism within these intricate networks of life. Linking coloring activities with simple science experiments or observations enhances experiential learning, turning theory into tangible reality. For example, after coloring a page featuring rainflowers, you might explore how these plants close their petals when rain is imminent. This could lead to a simple experiment where you mimic rain conditions to observe this reaction, thereby providing a real-world connection to the coloring activity. Such interactive learning not only solidifies the information, but also makes science fun and engaging, encouraging further exploration and inquiry. This approach fosters a hands-on understanding of scientific concepts, making them accessible and exciting and transforming the coloring book into a dynamic tool for discovery and learning. Through each detailed coloring page of flora and fauna, you're invited to dive deeper into the marvels of the natural world. Each stroke of color not only beautifies the page, but also builds a bridge to understanding complex scientific concepts, making learning a vibrant and engaging adventure. As you turn each page, the colors of nature leap to life, not just as shades and hues, but as vivid lessons in the incredible science of life that surrounds us. 3.4 Historical Figures and Events in Color. In the vibrant panorama of human history, each figure and event carries a tale that can captivate and educate. Imagine a coloring book where each page brings a different era or hero to life, allowing you to hold a piece of history in your hands as you add color to it. This approach does more than make learning about the past enjoyable. It transforms historical education into an interactive, visual, and tactile experience. As you or your children shade in the outlines of historical figures and pivotal events, you're not just going through a routine coloring activity. You're breathing life into history, making the connections between past and present more tangible and vivid. This method of learning can significantly enhance memory retention and spark a lasting interest in history, as the act of coloring adds a personal touch to the stories learned, making them even more memorable. Imagine sitting down with your family and coloring a scene depicting the signing of the Declaration of Independence or the assembly of the First Continental Congress. As you choose colors for the figures' attires or the furnishings of the room, it's the perfect moment to discuss the significance of these events and the principles of democracy and freedom that fueled them. This storytelling approach during coloring time not only makes the session more engaging, but also ensures that the historical lessons are absorbed in a way that is both fun and meaningful. Such activities can turn a lazy afternoon into an impromptu history class full of color and conversation, where learning happens naturally and joyfully. Time Capsule Project. Creating a time capsule book of these colored pages offers a wonderful way to document this learning journey. Each page can be accompanied by a short essay or description written by your children, detailing what they've learned about the figure or event they've colored. This project can serve multiple educational purposes. It enhances writing skills, encourages research, and deepens understanding of historical contexts. Over time, this book grows into a personalized history artifact, filled not just with coloring pages, but with stories and insights that reflect the learning and creativity of your children. It becomes a keepsake that can be revisited years later, a tangible record of artistic and educational growth. Role models from history. Selecting historical figures who exemplify virtues like courage, integrity, and perseverance can have a profound impact on young minds. Coloring pages that feature these role models offer more than just historical facts. They serve as starting points for discussions about character and values. For example, a page featuring Harriet Tubman is not just a lesson about the Underground Railroad. It's an opportunity to talk about bravery and the fight for justice. Similarly, a page depicting Albert Einstein can lead to conversations about the importance of curiosity and the pursuit of knowledge. These discussions can inspire children to think about the kind of people they want to become and the values they want to embody. Through these coloring activities, figures from the past become more than historical icons. They become mentors and inspirations. Their stories rendered in vivid colors that highlight their enduring relevance. As you engage with this colorful exploration of history, remember that each page turned and colored is a step back in time, a moment spent walking in the shoes of those who shaped our world. This connection to the past, facilitated by the simple act of coloring, not only enriches our understanding of history, but also deepens our appreciation for the struggles and triumphs of those who came before us. Whether you're shading in the austere contours of a Revolutionary War general or the regal garb of a queen, you're participating in a form of time travel, where history emerges not just in black and white, but in the full spectrum of colors with which you choose to fill it. This immersive exploration of history through art makes the past vividly present, turning historical education into a personal adventure in learning and creativity, where every color laid down is a piece of the past reborn in the present. 3.5 The Art of Storytelling Through Coloring. Illustrating Narratives. Imagine the pages of a coloring book not just as separate scenes or images, but as frames in a vivid storybook, each one a step in an unfolding tale. This concept transforms coloring from a static activity into a dynamic storytelling adventure, where children and adults alike can predict and envision the narrative's progression. As each page is colored, the story develops, allowing children to engage not only in choosing hues that reflect the mood or time of day, but also in predicting what might happen next. Whether it's a journey through a mythical forest or a day in the life of a city, the sequential pages provide a narrative are that can capture the imagination in much the same way as a beloved book. This method encourages not just creativity in color choice, but also in storytelling, making each coloring session both an artistic and a narrative adventure. It's a delightful way to foster a child's narrative skills and to see the world through their eyes as they explain what's unfolding from one colored page to the next. Creating personal storybooks. Building on the idea of storytelling through coloring, families can take this creative interaction a step further by binding these colored pages into personal storybooks. This project begins with choosing a theme or story outline, then coloring and arranging pages to fit the narrative. Children can be invited to write short captions or descriptions for each page, or even a full story based on the scenes they've colored. These descriptions can be simple, just a sentence or two for younger children, or more complex for older children, involving dialogue and detailed descriptions. The process of creating these books allows children to engage deeply with the content, practicing their writing and storytelling skills in a fun, low-pressure setting. Once completed, these books become treasured keepsakes, showcasing their artistic skills and imaginative capabilities. They can also be shared with friends and family, or given as gifts on special occasions, making the joy of creation even more rewarding. Mythologies and folk tales. The rich tapestry of global mythologies and folk tales offers a vast resource for thematic coloring pages that educate and fascinate. By introducing children to the legendary heroes, mythical creatures, and ancient gods of different cultures, these coloring pages do more than entertain. They open windows to the world's vast cultural heritage. For instance, coloring the intricate designs of a Norse god or the vibrant scenes of an African folktale not only enhances cultural awareness, but also enriches the children's understanding of storytelling traditions. These myths often carry timeless lessons about virtues, challenges, and human nature, making them excellent points for discussion and reflection. As children select colors and shade these legendary figures and scenes, they engage with stories that have been told and retold through generations, deepening their appreciation for storytelling and the diverse ways in which human societies have understood the world around them. Character development through color. Coloring can be a powerful tool for character development in stories. Children can create their characters for their narratives by deciding everything from the color of their hair and clothes to the expression on their faces. This activity gives them a direct hand in crafting the story's protagonists or antagonists, allowing them to express subtle nuances of character through color. A character's temperament might be hinted at by using cool blues and greens for a calm personality, or bright reds and oranges for someone more fiery. Actions can be emphasized by the colors chosen for the backgrounds and accessories, suggesting movement or emotion. By encouraging children to think about how color influences perception, you help them develop a deeper understanding of how details contribute to storytelling. This exercise not only boosts their creative and artistic skills, but also helps them understand character development, a crucial aspect of storytelling. Through these activities, coloring transcends its traditional boundaries, becoming a multi-dimensional educational tool that fosters not only creativity but also literacy, narrative skills, and cultural appreciation. As children and adults alike turn each page and choose each color, they do more than fill in spaces. They bring stories to life, developing their voices and visions in a world rich with color and character. 3.6 Creative Writing Prompts Inspired by Coloring Pages. Imagine transforming a simple afternoon of coloring into a dynamic workshop for creative writing, where each stroke of color inspires a world of stories, characters, and emotions. This fusion of visual art and narrative craft opens up new avenues for expressing creativity both for children and adults. By using coloring pages as prompts for creative writing, the vivid scenes and characters that emerge on paper become the setting for stories and reflections that stretch the imagination and enhance writing skills. From image to imagination. The journey from coloring to writing begins with a single image. Each coloring page holds potential stories waiting to be told. For instance, a scene of a bustling medieval marketplace can spark tales of merchants, knights, or mysterious travelers. Children and adults can take turns spinning yarns about what they imagine is happening in the picture, or what might happen next. These stories can be as simple or as complex as the storyteller wishes, making this activity suitable for all ages and skill levels. The key is to let the colors guide the narrative, using the hues and scenes on the page as the foundation for storytelling. This method not only makes writing fun and engaging, but also allows storytellers to practice their narrative skills in a supportive and imaginative environment. Color and compose. To deepen the collaborative spirit, consider a color and compose activity, where one family member colors while another crafts a story or poem based on the unfolding artwork. This partnership allows for a lively exchange of ideas and perspectives, making the creative process a shared adventure. As the coloring progresses, the writer can ask questions about the color choices and elements being added, using these answers to steer the direction of the story or poem. This interaction not only enhances the creative output, but also strengthens bonds through shared artistic endeavors. The end result, a beautifully colored page accompanied by an original story or poem, becomes a cherished keepsake that captures a moment of family creativity and cooperation. Descriptive writing practice. Using detailed coloring pages as a basis for practicing descriptive writing offers a fantastic way to enhance language skills. As children color a scene, perhaps a forest filled with wildlife or a cityscape dotted with skyscrapers, they can then be encouraged to write detailed descriptions of what they see. They might describe the texture of the bear's fur, the hustle and bustle of the city street, or the serene atmosphere of a starlit sky. This exercise helps them learn to use descriptive language effectively, enhancing their ability to communicate what they see, feel, and imagine. For adults, this practice can refine their writing skills and rekindle their appreciation for the nuances of language and observation, making everyday writing tasks more engaging and expressive. Journaling with color. Integrating coloring into journaling creates a unique space for introspection and personal expression. Each colored page can serve as a prompt for a journal entry, where the colors and designs spark reflections, memories, or dreams. This method combines the therapeutic benefits of coloring with the reflective practice of journaling, making it a powerful tool for mental and emotional well-being. Children can use this technique to explore their feelings about school, friendships, or aspirations. turning their journal into a colorful diary of their inner life. Adults might find this approach a creative way to unwind and process their thoughts about work, relationships, or personal goals. The blend of art and introspection enriches the journaling experience, making it a more vibrant and insightful record of personal growth. Through these creative writing exercises inspired by coloring pages, the power of visual art to stimulate the imagination is fully realized. Each page not only becomes a canvas for beautiful colors, but also a springboard for stories, poems, and reflections that enrich the mind and spirit. This chapter invites you to explore the interplay between coloring and writing, encouraging you to see each colored page not just as an image, but as a narrative waiting to be discovered and told. As you move forward, carry with you the colors and stories that have sprung from your imagination, weaving them into the tapestry of your daily life and interactions. As this chapter closes, reflect on how coloring, a simple yet profound activity, has opened doors to richer, more creative storytelling. The images and hues that have filled your pages are not just for contemplation, but for inspiration, leading you into the next chapter, where these concepts will evolve further, exploring new dimensions of creativity and expression. The journey through colors and words continues, with each page providing a new opportunity to color outside the lines and write your own story.